This is a strong 2v2 for Guma Keria. It's buffed on this patch, the Q build that was being mentioned by Chronicler earlier. So it just feels like we've gone back in time a little bit here, and Keria plays this iconic Thresh. We have the Aphelios here for Guma. He's a great Aphelios player.
One of the first games where I realized that Keria was to be goated in the future was actually his Pike. First of all, we were all like, wow, okay, his mechanics are 10 out of 10, actually. But then with the moment where it kind of sealed the deal in everybody's mind was when he started playing Thresh. And we were like, oh, okay, he's actually just the best. And that was like 2-3 years ago. So now he's playing it here in 2023. And it's a super iconic pick for Keria for the reasons I just... And yeah, that's what we were talking about, you know. T1 can basically play anything in the bot lane, so they just get to prioritize top of the map picks in the draft, which is not something that any other team is allowed to do, basically. Other teams have tried. It's like had middling success, but... yeah.
And the Sejuani, they're kind of up in your face, and you can have some extra survivability that way, but the extra damage you have plus the engage that Faker's going to give you have a Lee Sin. I like the Eclipse build here. I think both are fine, but we'll see what Zeus ends up doing. He's got to be so respectful of Keria's Thresh, the best Thresh player in the LCK.
Yeah, that's... that's why it's such a big deal.
And that's putting it lightly, I would say.
Yeah,
like, I feel like that wasn't
far away of everybody else.
That wasn't very polite of me to say, was it? I would just say because there is some pressure here for Youngjae on this Sejuani, you know, with the Renekton top. But see if they actually are going to pull this off.
They have no idea. Zeus, no flash, going to knock the Renekton away, but Dudu has flash. Zeus is just dead. No way for him to get out. They totally get around T1's vision. A very nice play as Ingo's owner going to miss the Q as now he's got a flash away. As down in the bottom lane, I guess June might just die here as the Gravitum hits. And now Taeyeon is trying to trade it back. Keria trying to get in front of these Qs, and the play is there! Double kill for Guma in the bottom lane.
Incredible play from Keria there. Doesn't even need to flash for it. Positioning so good. 23-9, again, not really even telling the story of how impressive this Thresh player is. Good play as well. You want to go over to the Herald late. You have to be like, okay, is he going to the Herald? Is he coming back to lane? It's very awkward here for KWANGDONG FREECS.
Yeah. Also, at the same time, Keria's kind of been on the roam, so a very annoying lane state here on the bottom side for the KWANGDONG one, as he's going to hit another hook within the minions. Does not matter. June, he has no flash, actually. Was about 2 seconds away. And even if he did flash, I'm not even sure. That's a third kill here for Guma, as not going to hit this hook, but he's got a Lee Sin, who's got a kick. So that is an easy one. Owner, he says, I'll take this one this time. As meanwhile, Crescendo on the bottom side, Wolf.
Yeah,
where have we seen this before?
Yeah, Crescendo, he had it prepped too for this. Like, he has it prepped. He has the gank setup here for Owner. They see an opportunity earlier, and this is the best way to give a Herald down. But he's actually looking for June, who's lost his earlier. And the way he plays this and sells the idea that he's going to hook the Zeri and then goes for the Lulu through the minion wave is so crazy. We'll watch it in the replay in a moment as we're not done up here.
He doesn't have his... Okay, he's actually going to go in on to Owner here. That's a lot of damage with the ult as well. Owner just going to flash away. Q dodged by Youngjae's flash as the damage coming out from Zeus is a huge amount. Flash in, gets the last auto. And now Dudu here with flash of his own and a couple of dashes. He should be okay. But, well, a little bit too deep when they're behind.
So that's where you could probably drop. It's not the place you want to snowball right now.
Well, it's Infernal Drake. I'm not sure if these Drakes are going to matter too much, as tons of damage coming out. Nice dodge on the Shock Blast. Here comes Youngjae. Dudu, no dominance, but he does have flash. Throws it straight into Zeus, who does not have flash of his own. Dudu just playing it safe, waiting for the stun angle, as here's Taeyeon. Comes in, picks up a kill, gets double buff. Okay.
And this is going to be first turret going over to T1 at the same time, but this is a really cool way to lane swap your Zeri out of the bottom side, which is completely doomed. Set it up with a gank. Their top side play has been really creative here. They will get these plates as well with the Herald crashing through. Still trading down here. As
another BF sword, like a finished call. Zeri doesn't even have an item yet. He's like only halfway too.
Yeah.
It's pretty rough.
The shield bow is not even a spike for him either. You know, I mean, when he gets to the shield bow, he's going to be like, well, I don't die as easily. Okay.
Okay, well, there's no cast, but does not matter as Bulldog does not have flash, so Faker easily able to set that one up, and Owner will collect.
Dodge the last body slam, not going to dodge this one. And Lee Sin has great gank assist with that. If you can hit it, just guaranteed Sonic Wave.
Well, Keria just missed a hook. We usually pull up this item build and gold difference graph when there is a big difference in the game.
Yeah, it's rare that we see that, but it's usually a tragedy.
Oh, well, Faker's got flash this time, and Bulldog does not, so he's just going to sit here outside of the gravity field, and that will be the end of the Victor again, as an exasperated look on Bulldog's face rings true.
This is a player that Bulldog spent his formative years watching and looking up to and aspiring to be. He's just walking at him, buffers the body slam with flash, holds cask until after the gravity field and just instantly deletes him. Nicely Andre's bro, you know, and that's going to be another turret here. And T1,
well,
they're looking for a dancing herald practically at this point with the lead they have.
Yeah, kind of looks like that game you guys casted yesterday in Challengers, but not quite as one-sided, I suppose.
Yeah, not quite, but very close to chat. We really do.
So definitely join us there.
Because
We'll watch this play.
yep.
He has flash and Bulldog doesn't, so even Bulldog knows, right? He's just running away, but you can't get away.
잡았어.
Not gonna happen. Got him.
미드 가도 돼.
It's kind of a better safe than Saria, I guess, angle here this time around.
He fell behind, you know, like he didn't get the Eclipse. He wouldn't have been able to get the Eclipse super early, so I think, you know, it makes sense.
Yeah, I think given the lane state, oh man.
Oh boy. Well, that's Renekton as Keria just hooking the barrel. As he really is going for the TikTok highlights now, isn't he?
Yeah.
Maybe expecting Faker to pull him into his barrel with the cask, but the cask was slightly off. It's understandable.
It was still a really good play and a nice attempt there. Faker can set up a kill with him in a 2v2 easily, so Youngjae, is he setting the trap or is he actually the one who's about to be trapped is the question. And Faker's trying to sell this so hard too. They have ward, now it's cleared, and Youngjae, I mean, you're not getting anything out of this one, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting some XP out of the minions that are dying because his whole jungle was taken. Like, the top side of the jungle was taken, and then T1 rotated to the bottom side of the jungle, so actually Youngjae does not get to farm anymore.
Yeah, look at how they just push the Gragas into mid the second that's all taken,
yeah.
And then Owner can now shadow Zeus while taking all the farm.
Owner just took every single camp.
Yeah.
That's not fair.
Zeus is now protected too and can push this all the way up to inhibitor. And they spent those 2 minutes that we just talked about pre-Baron taking all the jungle and setting up vision along the way. So there's a line of vision across the jungle here for Kwangdong Freaks that they have to cross in order to come over here and look to contest vision. And T1 can take this literally on spawn. Look at Zeus, he has TP, but he's already kind of walking up here. And I mean, T1 are like, if you come towards us, we will obliterate you in these choke points in a team fight. Guma's ult's back up. If you don't come, we will take the Baron. And this is kind of a macro checkmate here. And there's just no options for Kwangdong Freaks at all.
Yeah. Something that T1 does commonly is here's the TP. Zeus looks like he went back, got his Manamune, which is about to be Muramana. Very good timing for this, as he can just use a couple here in mid and try to stack that one up, and then they can start the Baron.
One more Q onto anybody, and that is stacked. As they're just going to start the Baron. Renekton walked over a ward.
2 Cs, Wolf.
Yeah.
2 Cs.
2 Cs.
This is already dead as the hook comes in, and Youngjae just can't get in either. As Wild Growth, that is a big piggy, but is it going to matter as T1 kind of just smacking them with their wallets right now. T1 casked in, is going to have to flash away as down goes the Lulu, and the chase continues. Bulldog nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. And guys, I think this might just be the end of the game. T1's just going to take Baron, ace them, and push mid and end it.
And I don't think you can team fight this way, where you split like this as T1 if Zeri has items, but we're 21 minutes into the game. She doesn't have items, she doesn't have power, and you can win both sides of this fight. You force the Wild Growth to be used not on the Renekton, but onto the Sejuani with a pick that prevents a 50-50 split of the Baron. And I mean, I don't know if there was a better way to play this by T1. I don't know if there was.
Okay, well, that was a game of League of Legends that just happened. 21 and a half minutes. T1 just bopped them on the head with their plastic hammer, and they will take game number 1. Again, a lot of the stuff we talked about in draft, how T1 and their flexibility and how they're able to get so many strong solo laners, it ended up being relevant, but also the fact that then they just picked Aphelios